Joseph Robinette Biden has officially dropped out of the 2024 presidential race. So what happens next?
I'm gonna be honest, I never loved Biden, but it is kind of sad to see him go. Good kid, you know? A lot of memes came from him. He gave us bangers like,
I was secretly hoping that he would drop out. I just think there are so many other more qualified people.
Well, I think anyone that's working needs to know when their time's come and it's time to move on, let someone else have a chance. So it's another opportunity.
Yeah, it doesn't give us much time to actually choose a proper candidate. There's so many other better people out there, but because we have a very few months left, it's very frustrating.
I'm gonna be honest, I never loved Biden, but it is kind of sad to see him go. Good kid, you know? A lot of memes came from him. He gave us bangers like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who else is gonna look lost all the goddamn time? Politics will be a lot less funny with him gone. But we're 1 for 2 on getting rid of old people. Let's go. And now we're left with Kamala, a talented prospect with a specialty in locking people the fuck up. So that prosecutor versus felon matchup might work in her favor. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I don't exactly know what's going on anymore. It's a new thing every week. And to be honest with you, I don't give a fuck. Don't give a shit. I don't give a damn, actually. I kind of just am desensitized. And when I say I don't care, I don't mean I'm not going to vote. I'm going to vote. But I kind of just, like, I got to wake up tomorrow again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so much like, ugh. You know, 2024 had just drained it out of me. Just sucked it right out of me. Just really just drained my body. I don't give a fuck anymore. I kind of just want to lay in bed. I just want to lay in my bed.
There's a former Republican who used to mock Joe Biden. When Joe was a VP, we go to dinner, friends and us, me, and we just laugh at the latest gaffe from Joe Biden. I'm sorry. And I want to thank Joe Biden for being the kind of man, the kind of adult, the kind of responsible leader that the Republicans in the last, a long time have been unable to be. Joe Biden did what Donald Trump could never do. Put the country before himself, before his own ego, for his own ambition. Donald Trump did what Republican leaders in the Congress could not do. Bring themselves to confront the truth, deal with the truth, the reality of the situation, and then do the right thing, even if it meant stepping down. I used to laugh at Joe Biden, but I have more respect for that man now. Some people are talking about Joe Biden was just concerned about his legacy. I don't think so. But the irony is, in putting the country first, he has absolutely secured his legacy in history. So, from a former Republican, thank you, Joe Biden.
What happens now that Joe Biden has dropped out of the 2024 presidential race? U.S. President Joe Biden has just stepped down as a Democrat candidate for the upcoming presidential elections. In a statement posted to X, he wrote, "I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term." He also endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris to be the Democratic nominee. Because Harris is already on the Biden-Harris ballot, she is the only candidate who has access to Biden's campaign funds, as per federal campaign finance rules. This marks the first time in decades that a U.S. president has not sought re-election. The Democratic National Convention, which is where delegates or representatives from each state come together to formally nominate a candidate to represent the party, is still set to take place from August 19 to 22. Nearly 3,900 delegates had pledged to support Biden, and while Biden can't transfer pledges to another candidate, his endorsement of Kamala holds a lot of political influence, and it is unlikely that anyone will run against her. Biden plans to serve out the remainder of his term in office, which ends at noon on January 20, 2025.
Oh my gosh, Biden just dropped out from running from re-election. Baby, I had to pull over on the side of the road when I saw the post notification coming in. Now, the people had been saying he was going to be on his way out. I made a video the other day. The people didn't believe me in the comments. I said it's starting to look that way. And the fact that Nancy Pelosi and them, even we heard rumblings of Obama telling their close allies he doesn't think he could win. And the fact that people kept saying, not the ones that outright called for him to step out, but kept saying we're waiting on him to decide. The top Democratic leadership kept saying we're waiting on him to decide when the man told us how he felt, suggested they were pushing him out. And I've been getting text messages from DNC all weekend from, when you, hold on, let me give a word. When you are subscribed to newsletters and that from Democratic campaigns and candidates and such, I've been getting text messages all week to ask, how would I feel, and I'm pretty sure everyone else has, how would I feel if Biden stepped out? How do I feel about Kamala being in? All the things. And so now we know that President Biden is done. He's not running. He's not running. Now, I said this before, Democrats, do not fight Kamala Harris's ascension. Black people, which is your base, will ride at dawn with Kamala Harris if she's at the top of the ticket now. Or we can sleep till noon if y'all play in their lady face, okay? So what we're not gonna do is just bypass and overstep the first African-American woman vice president, okay? We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that, okay? Okay? I'm telling you what I know. But how do y'all feel about him stepping out? I mean, oh, wow. 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 We're 4 months away, wow. We can still win this thing, though, because Kamala has the woman vote. She energizes the youth. African Americans will ride with her. I mean, the coalition can be built, but wow. I just feel like in my lifetime, I've just lived through so many historical political moments. I don't know if I'm supposed to be here for all these moments. Well, I guess the Lord is allowing me to be here, so I'm supposed to be here. But it just feels like a lot. But wow. How do y'all feel?
Joseph Robinette Biden has officially dropped out of the 2024 presidential race. So what happens next? Yes, he says he supports and picks VP Kamala Harris to take over for him, but it's not that simple. The rules and process are complicated. So how does it actually work? The delegates who were previously pledged to Joe Biden after the primary are now essentially free agents. Rule 13J of the DNC reads that delegates elected to the National Convention pledged to a presidential candidate shall in good conscience reflect the sentiments of those who elected them. This essentially means that while Joe Biden is free to make a recommendation, they don't have to listen to him. They can pick whoever they want. So there's really two main ways that this can go. Option A, the entire Democratic Party can rally around Kamala, support her as the pick, and put on a united front at the National Convention and have the delegates choose her. Or option B, this would be like Wild Wild West territory. The Democrats could have a completely open and contested convention, which essentially would function as a mini primary. Contenders and people would be running around attempting to persuade delegates to put them at the top of the ticket, which some leaders like Nancy Pelosi have suggested is the way to go. Quick explanation of how the whole delegate thing works. There's around 4,500 delegates. 3,900 of those are pledged delegates, and 740 are superdelegates. In order to win, Kamala or whoever else on the first round would need to receive support from around 1,950 of those pledged delegates. Now, if she doesn't get this number and the convention is contested, they go into a second round, where then the superdelegates are able to vote. And she'll need to win a majority of all of the delegates, which would be over 2,200. So the work has already begun, and this next week is going to be crucial. Kamala and her team are making calls to the delegates, leaders, governors, and asking for their support. Now, as far as the money goes, the Biden-Harris ticket personally has raised over $90 million. And if she's the pick, then the money will go directly to her. But if she's not, then the money has to be returned to donors, or it may be transferred to his federal super PAC, which again, the legality of is iffy. She's also apparently raised over $5 million just in the hour following the announcement. The Democratic National Convention is set for August 19th in Chicago, and the DNC can change their rules at any time. Kamala Harris will also need to pick a VP. My guess and pick would be Senator Mark Kelly from Arizona. He was an astronaut, a Navy captain, and his wife is former Congresswoman Gabby Giffords. Now, this is all unprecedented. No sitting president has dropped out this close to November before. And the Republican Party and DJT will almost certainly file lawsuits and launch legal challenges no matter how this all shakes out.
Good morning. How y'all doing today? So let's talk about what's going on with our president, Joe Biden. So Joe Biden, I'm using vitamin C serum for my face. Joe Biden says, heck with this thing. The heck with it. I am done. I'm not running anymore for re-election. I've been tired. Since y'all elected me, I was tired. And y'all can see this by the way I fall asleep at Joe will fall asleep in the middle of answering a question. Joe will fall off his bike while he is running, while he is in a competition. And don't get me wrong, he is a tough man because he has been doing this for a long time. Well, presenting what the Vice President Kamala has given him to go and present to the American people, in my opinion. Camilla, whatever her name is, however you say her name. Ooh, my eyebrows are burning. Ooh, I just shaved. Ooh, wow, 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 wow. Anyways, Kamala Harris has been the president for years now. Let's skip it 100, okay? Yes, she's the vice president, but she has been making all the decisions for years now. Joe Biden has been checked out for a long time now, okay? I hope this is not, hold on. Joe say, I'm tired. We're going to let the person who's been making all the decisions behind the scene actually be the president. And that's the vice president, in my opinion, right? Because Joe is checked out. The only time that I actually ever heard President Joe Biden, speak clearly is when former President Trump got attacked. He came out and I understood every word that he said about how, it was an attack and we're working on finding out what happened and all that. I heard every single word. And that was the first and last time I ever heard him speak clearly. And every other time, he just be throwing random people's names, throwing random scenarios, and talking about I can beat you in golf while in the middle of, the debate. It's just been a whole lot. It's just been a whole lot. I'm using some raw rice water, moisturizer now. It's been a whole lot going on. And I think we all was expecting Kamala to be the next one to win. I mean, The Simpsons predicted that in one of the episodes. It predicted the first president, and it predicted a first female president, and it just so happened to look like Kamala. But if you look closely, also, it kind of looks like what's her name? Hillary Clinton with that haircut. But definitely looks like Kamala because she's the one that wears, the pantsuit. Well, I guess Hillary wears pantsuit too, but it shows that the first president. So what's gonna happen? Now I'm not too much into all of that stuff, honestly, but I know, I believe so. He's not going to run anymore for 2024 election in November. So does that mean in the meantime, Kamala's going to be president until that election? Or, I mean, she's been president, in my opinion. She's been making all the decisions because Joe's just been sleeping and she's not the one talking to the people, but she basically, in my opinion, create everything and then give Joe a script and say, go out there and read it. And that's the reason why he just be saying any and everything because he forgets. He forgets the things that they write. And in my opinion, I don't want to diagnose anyone, but Joe is giving dementia. Joe's giving dementia. He's giving Parkinson's. It's giving, that's what it looks like to me. Now, don't come for me with my opinion about diagnosing people because I'm not diagnosing. But from what I can see, because I have eyes, just like everybody else have eyes, you can see and you can hear his, the way he talks, the way his demeanor and everything. And as someone who works with elderly patients in dementia units, I can see the behavior. And like I said, I'm not diagnosing Joe, but Joe is giving that. Anyway, so he has decided to drop out. And now Kamala Harris is going to take over. And the thing is, I'm not sure how that's going to happen because a lot of people don't seem to like Kamala. I do think she's going to, well, we don't know yet because they always come out nice when you got to run for them. And then until they're in the position, that's when you see the true colors. But this is a lot. This is I don't really wear sunscreen, but this is like a moisturizer. I don't know why it has such a strong white cast. But once I put my foundation, it's gonna cover it up. I didn't really want to put this thing on today. I don't know why I did. But they always come off real nice for the people. Oh Lord. There's some little ghosts. Like a ghost. They always look like they're for the people until they have to actually be for the people. So we don't know yet how Kamala is, but as of right now, a lot of people don't seem to like Kamala. Kamala is not, she's not really, I don't know. When she first started, it was giving, look at my nose, it was giving a lot of black men are going to go to jail. A lot of black men who have committed crime are going to rot in jail. That's what it was giving to me. And don't get me wrong, like, if you did a crime, you deserve to be punished for your crime. And as like in my previous video, as black men, you know the system is not for you, so therefore you should prevent yourself from having to go to jail or prevent yourself from getting caught with certain stuff that you know you shouldn't be carrying. You know what I mean? Especially if you have a case against you, or if you're already in the system. So yeah, but it's giving, that's what I'm going to target the most. And even Joe, you know, was like that too. That's what's going to happen, in my opinion. If she does become president, she is going to help with the women's right situation. Well, we hope, right? We hope, as a woman, you hope that she would try to help with that. But yeah, so I believe she is going to end up being for that. But then again, we just never know. We don't know her like that yet. She doesn't give off that like this nice person who's going to really be for the people. And also, I don't know why a lot of people keep saying she's a black woman. She's not a black woman. She's Indian. There's a difference. There is a huge difference. There's a lot of Indians that don't like to be called black, even though they're probably my skin tone, but they do have like the silky hair, you know, like most Indians. For example, like in Jamaicans, like in Jamaica, there are Indians that live in Jamaica, and they have a name for them. They call them coolies, coolie gal, coolie boy, stuff like that. But it's like just to kind of differentiate the difference, because a lot of them who look dark skinned, they don't want to be referred to as Jamaicans or black. They want to be referred to as Indians. So in my opinion, Kamala is not a black woman. She's an Indian woman. And a lot of black people like to kind of adopt this person into a culture. Don't get me wrong, do what you want. But if that person do not want to be referred to as that, which means behind closed doors, they know for a fact that they're not that. And they will tell you quickly that they're not that. Just like how people were coming for, what's the lady that does the slut walk? Amber Rose. People were trying to tell her that she was black. She's not black. Amber Rose is not black. And I'm bringing her up because she did spoke she made a speech about Obama, voting for Obama. I mean, not Obama, Trump, for people to vote for Trump. And don't get me wrong, you're allowed to vote for whoever you want, because at the end of the day, we have free speech and we have free choice, right? So you're allowed to vote for whoever you want. But people were coming for her, saying how dare she, talk about people coming together to vote for Trump and yada yada yada. Sorry, guys. And I'm like, she never said she was a black woman. Her mom is white. Her father is like a white Puerto Rican. I believe he's Puerto Rican. So therefore, how could you possibly say she's black? And she even say in like a podcast that she's not black. We're always trying to find people to add to the black community. And when she ended up saying the N-word, everybody wants to attack her, saying, oh, well, how could you say that? You said you're not black, but 50% of the time, you guys are saying that she's black. You guys are trying to bring her to the black community, although she's letting you know that she's not black. She does like black men, but she knows for herself that she's not black. And it benefits her to not be black, because it benefits a lot of people to not be black, but it also benefits her to act black. Okay, so I guess we can say she pick and choose when she wants to be black, but majority of the time she chooses not to be black. But when she needs to benefit from the black community, she chooses to be black because you guys put that title on her. So I don't think I should be coming for her if she says that she's not black, you know. So anyways, guys, let me go ahead and grab my eyebrow pencil. I'll be back. So now that Biden have decided to drop out, so what's next? So I guess Kamala is going to try to run for president, but now we don't have much time left. So for example, Trump had a head start. Kamala is just now going to try, because who else is going to run against Trump since the president dropped out? But now she's going to end up being the next president. Well, try to be the next president. She's going to have to go against Trump, but she doesn't really have a lot of time. If she ends up being president, here's a few ways how she's going to end up being president. For one, her age. She's a lot younger, so young people are going to rally behind her because of that, because we're tired of having old people as presidents, and then in the middle of their presidency, they're like Joe Biden. Okay, so I like to go in with a little black sometime, just to kind of get this one just a tad bit darker. So we're going to, they'll end up like Joe Biden, tired and exhausted and just needing to, rest. Honestly, guys, as someone who is a millennial, a lot has happened. A lot has happened in the 4 years of this presidential thing. A lot has happened. I feel like I've seen so much that I should not have seen, like the presidents being attacked and our other president dropping out. I mean, you read it in history books and see, I don't think I've ever even hear anything about presidents dropping out. Or I wonder if all of this was planned, because it's kind of weird that all of this is happening in one single year, and within literally a week apart, which is weird, isn't it? A week apart, which is getting my conspiracy head tingling a little bit, because why is all of this happening all at once like that? And in my opinion, okay, so let's do this one. A lot has happened. So I go to this, I know I'm kind of all over the place, but I go to this little liquidation store by my mom's place, and they have makeup, real good, not expired makeup. So basically, whenever the mall don't sell certain stuff, they send them to that place to be sold, to sell at a really, really low price. So I'll go there and get all the things that I need there for makeup is like $1. It doesn't matter the size. I love this foundation, and it's called, this is the name, and it's like $1 or $2. I've been using it for a really, really long time, and it goes so well with my skin. So every time I go down, I will buy for like $100 worth of things, and it will last me months. And then some of the pencil I'll get from my mom, because I want to make her sell also. So I pay her, so I don't just take, because it's a business at the end of the day. But yeah, so all of these things happening is just weird to me. Now I don't want to talk about this because everybody does have different opinions when it comes to this. But hell, this is my opinion. I get to make for my own opinion, and it's not even about who's going to be president or whatever. It's just about what's happening now. The president dropped out. This is what's happening in real time. And who am I going to vote for? That's nobody's business. And who you're voting for is really nobody's business either. But feel free to drop it in the comment section if you want people to know about it. And if you are going to come in the comment section and try to attack people for who they vote for, I will delete your account. Or not delete your account, but I will delete your comment, because everyone has the right to choose to vote for whoever they want to. So yeah. Oh shucks. And I dropped. So anyways, guys, I think that Kamala, like I said before, has been running the show for a very, very, very long time. And Joe was just basically the man behind the camera, or in front of the camera, telling us what's going to happen next, what Kamala has decided. And that is the reason why it wasn't really a hard choice for him to just drop out of the election. I remember I was reading a long, long time ago, there was a president, now I don't remember which president it was, that basically was sick behind the scene, and his wife was making all the decisions. But you know, that was back in the days when there was like newspaper, it wasn't like TV or anything. And she was signing all of the paper, all the bills that need to be signed, everything that needs to be signed, all decisions that need to be made. It was her that was doing it behind the scene, and she would stand next to him when they were taking pictures for the paper, for the newspaper, and she'll literally hold him up, like with her body, hold him up and hold the pen, like you can see her hand holding the pen on top of his hand to sign for him, basically, because he wasn't capable of signing. So that is the reason why I say a lot of people will most likely vote for Kamala, because she is younger. She's a very, very smart lady. Don't get me wrong. She's very, very smart. And a lot of people don't know her like that because she's not in your face talking a lot. At least I haven't noticed. But she's a smart lady. I have to give her that. But I think she is the one that has been making all of the decisions. My opinion. I kind of have to reinforce that because I just feel like people are very emotional about this. So, alright, so I'm going to use this London palette. It's so beautiful. Okay, so what is today's color? So I like to do my makeup according to the days of the week, the color of the days of the week. So based on, oh, I found some money in this book. Amazing. So the days of the week color is da, 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 da. Oh, today is Silver Moon Day, Monday Moon Day. I remember that. So we'll do some silver. We're going to do some silver color in my eye. So we're going to start off the base with the Tea Party. It doesn't have the name, but I call this one Tea Party. Oh, this is pretty. I have my appointment a long time ago, but I have to reschedule it for a little bit later. So what is your guys' thought on this whole situation that's happening? I just feel like with the eclipse happening, a lot of stuff has been going on. I wouldn't be surprised if. Did you guys see a video of Joe actually talking about this, or was it just a letter that was posted? Because it was, not only was it a letter that was posted, but it wasn't even signed by Joe. It was signed by someone else. It seems like to me. It was somebody with the Biden name, but it definitely wasn't Joe Biden that signed it. I didn't see a speech from him letting us know he was checking out. Did Joe check out, or is he still with us? Because I just want to know. You guys able to see this color at all? This brush, ain't it? Oh my god! I had one of those jumbo pens. Look at this, I use it so much. Yeah, so what is your opinion on all of this? Let me know. Okay, Konya Pale, me voila. Voila, if I me voila, no, voila. Me code, yeah, wa pale. Me couleur. Lumia, I don't, the first one. What I just said was in French, sorry guys. This is now you're talking. Now we're talking, as in like the color now is starting to show. Now we're talking. Voila, Lizzie, now we're talking. Even then, I still don't really like it, so we're going to try this little shimmery blue right here. For this side. Oh. Let's have a boom. Vamos. Let me see. Okay, vamos a this actually. Let me see. Oh. Wow. They messed up again. Couleur santé jambaille. Il pas vif. Not strong. Yeah, so now that all of this is happening, what's gonna happen with the yeah, so what I was going to say about Kamala is either the young people are going to rally behind her, women are going to rally behind her to try to, get her elected, because we're hoping that she will be for reproduction rights and all of that. Although I do talk about like child free and all that, I do believe you should have the choice. It shouldn't be a definite, like, if you want to, if something were to happen and you're pregnant, right? You should have the choice whether or not you want to get rid of it or keep it. You shouldn't be forced. I'm going to use this orange as my blush. You should have the choice, because maybe it happened in a situation that you don't want to be in anymore. You don't want to have to be stuck with that child, because let me tell you, children are expensive as heck. And if you have the choice to get rid of that child that you are pregnant with, because you don't see how you're going to take care of this child, you should have the choice. And I feel with that situation, it will give us that choice. Oh, so I'm wearing Revlon. I also got this for $2. This is cute. Is that matte? Oh, it is matte. It's a Clinic Quick. Ooh, this is pretty. I want to make a video about like looks, and I'm wearing Elme. Oh, wait. I need my eyeliner. So I want to do a Beautiful. Should I do blue or green? Let's do blue. Ooh, I love how this looks. Oh, London. Okay. Tamari Lapli. Looks like it's about to rain. I swear it rains like every day here. Okay. I can't do this. Sorry guys if I'm like all up in the camera. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful. So yes, guys. It is so now currently we have a black female president. The Simpson predicted it. You know what I always wonder? How does the Simpson know all of these things? They even predicted the submarine situation years before it happened. Unless people just watch The Simpsons and find things that they have talked about and then decide, oh, we're going to recreate this and recreate that. But then again, how do you explain the whole Illuminati card that was created in 1993, was it? It was created in 1993. It predicted the 9/11, which at one point was considered conspiracy theory. But what is conspiracy theory? Something that most people just believe to be made up and then was proven to be true. So I guess not all conspiracy theories could be lies, you know? And I also predicted the president assassination situation. Not necessarily assassination, but attack on the president, former president. Okay, I'm just going to say it straight up. I don't mind Trump. I also don't mind Joe Biden, depending on, the day. Okay? Because some days they might say some stuff that I'm like, oh, I don't mind what they just said. And then some days they might say some things. He might say something. I'm like, I don't like what he said. But depending on the day of the week, because I'm a woman, I'm allowed to change my mind. I'll say, okay, well, this, that. But the whole thing that happened with Trump was given sus. Okay? Because how was this man allowed to be on top of the house and everybody was screaming, there's someone on the roof, there's someone on the roof, and nobody, with all of those security guards that were supposed to be there, nobody did or said anything until it was too late. And then there was a lady that was holding a sign right behind Trump. It looks like she was giving signal to the person that was there. Even after a couple of pows happened, she didn't really flinch. She didn't budge. Almost like she knew what was happening. And the people who were in the crowd were saying, there's somebody on the roof. And nobody actually moved and did anything. At least not from the video I saw. And after all of that happened, I just felt like our former president was basically milking it for everything to get the American people on his side, which I get, because if I was attacked because I'm trying to run and they did any and everything they could to try to put him down, and this something like that happened, I would milk it for everything it has too, because my life was spared. And for that alone, I was attacked, and for that alone, I need this presidency to be mine, this thing to be for me, because I am working hard for the people, for the American people, for the people that are voting for me. And I almost got attacked. I almost got taken out. And for that alone, I deserve the presidency. I don't know if you guys saw my previous video before this one about the whole dream situation. I told a dream about how two little kids came to me and they were talking to me about our president, you know, the one that's going to win, which I am predicting and I'm saying, and it was predicted in the dream that he's going to win. But the thing is, it's not going to be good for the Black community. But this is a dream, guys, okay? It was predicted by two little girls that came in my dreams and held my hand and told me this is going to happen, but it's going to backfire for the Black community, which I hope is not the case. Because a lot of people in the Black community are voting for him. Now, I don't say whether or not I'm going to vote for him, but I know for a fact a lot of people in the Black community are. And don't get me wrong, you vote for whoever you want. I vote for whoever I want. But that dream felt so real. And I posted it yesterday, early in the morning by 12 o'clock. And then later on in the afternoon, the president announced resignation. Oh, I didn't realize this makeup was by Essence. That's interesting. This right here. I wanted to do lashes, but I don't think I'm going to do lashes today. Maybe no lashes today. My lashes looking pretty good. What do you guys think? Lashes or no lashes? I mean, I don't think I need it. At least not today. I did bought it, but alright, let's do the hair now. So I use this thing. Guys, I know I'm just ranting today, but I also wanted to do my makeup on screen because a lot of people have been asking me about how I do my makeup. Oh, last time I took any curls at all. This hair does not hold any curls. It's a good thing this whole curly thing, the thing to curl the hair overnight, wasn't uncomfortable, but I would have been pissed if I had to sleep with this uncomfortable thing if it was uncomfortable all night, only to wake up and there's no curls. This is human hair. Why was there no curls? No curls was added to this. Like, I mean, it was as straight as it was yesterday. This is kind of weird and disappointing at the same time. All night long, except for this thing, and not one drop of curl. Oops. Not one drop of curl was added. This is disappointing, so disappointing. Now I was thinking, oh, let me do my makeup on camera so I can show them the hair. But curl was not added. Don't send that at least got the curl or something cute. But anyways, at least you guys got to see my step-by-step makeup routine. Although I didn't go into real depth and like what I'm doing, but it still came out cute anyway. So, alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Maybe I'm going to hold on to this until I have a different hairstyle because clearly this one ain't holding any curls, so it's like kind of a waste of time. Excuse me. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.